Hey everybody, we're back again with another video that is aliens and Lanard centric. I swear I'm not being paid by these people. I am not being paid by the Lanard Toy Corporation. And I know what you're thinking. Haven't we seen these before? But these are actually the Lanard Alien Collection in a 1/12 scale, which I was very excited to see on the shelf, and we're going to take a closer look at to see if that excitement was justified. So let's get these specimens back through the airlock.
Listen to me. If we break quarantine, we could all die.
And check them out.
Kenner presents new alien action figure.
Lanard's closed! Quick, shut the airlock! The alien's locked out now! He got through! Shh! Give up! Alien can't be beat! We'll zap him with the light! Don't, he'll destroy the spaceship! We've lost! Better find another ship! Let's try the kitchen! Another triumph for Alien!
Alien action figure. New from Kenner.
So as you've probably already figured out, they've basically taken their original Aliens line and scaled it up a bit from the 1/12 to 1/18 scale. So from a 4-inch figure to more of a 6 or 7-inch scale figure, and added a bit more detailing, which I think has turned out rather nice. This is another Walmart exclusive, special edition collector's series, which I'm hoping they'll do more of. This initial offering comes in 3 varieties: your dark blue warrior xenomorph, this glossy white xenomorph drone, which kind of reminds you of sort of a neomorph or baby alien hybrid from the 4th Alien film. And then the return of the dog alien or runner from Alien Cubed. Alien 3. Each comes with a little accessory, which I think is really cool. I really like that containment tube, like the ones you see in Aliens when the Marines are examining the lab. And then the drone comes with an egg and a face hugger, which looks also really nice, really cool. An excellent accessory, fairly well detailed for the amount of money you're spending on these figures. And then the runner comes with a face hugger and probably the most depressing accessory. I got bad news for you, Pooch. Sorry, puppers. This isn't going to end well for you, I'm afraid. So yeah, these figures are looking really cool. And let's bust into that hive to take a closer look. Prepare yourself, the universe trembles. That's a little endgame sounding. Calling all colonial marines, get ready to gear up and take on the most fearsome creatures to inhabit planet LV-426 and beyond in an epic space battle. What a terrible reading. The dreaded xenomorphs have multiplied in vast numbers, threatening the lives that inhabit space colonies reaching to the far ends of the universe. Gather your crew to take on, fight, and eradicate the ever-growing numbers of these terrifying aliens. I don't know, that sounds pretty dangerous. Can I volunteer someone else for that? I promise to do my part on the home front by hiding in an escape pod or something like that. Anyway, all right, so let's get to the figure. So yeah, there he is. Looking fairly impressive for a $10 action figure. Let's check out some of that articulation. Yes, it is pretty much the same as the smaller version, although they did add in some elbow movement, so that is quite nice. A little bit more range of motion there for your xenomorph. I think that is excellent. Yep, the chest cavity, chest area, ab crunchy type area is relatively the same. I am okay with all of this. The paint job is definitely a little bit more dynamic. I use that word a lot too, sorry. Yeah, a little bit more detailing in the paint. I am liking that. And I'm also enjoying the added feature of the jaw actually moves up and down, which is really cool. Still no secondary mouth. It's in there, it's sort of molded in, but unfortunately it does not pop out. So still, I'm okay with that. Yeah, looks good. It's a fine looking figure. Not a whole lot of detailing on the accessory, but it's still pretty cool. It comes apart and puts back together fairly easily. And the face hugger is removable from just a simple plastic tube. Kind of brittle. I think that would fit on an action figure's face, but yeah, I wouldn't risk uncurling the tail and things like that. Very reminiscent of the Kenner face hugger from years ago, but not nearly as flexible. Pop it back together nice and simple, and that is pretty cool. I did want to mention, I said earlier that there's a bit more coloring paint on these figures, and that is true. Much darker hue on the runner, and a little bit of paint detailing to add depth on the head of the drone. However, that's all it pretty much is. That's all it really is detail by paint. And even though they've added in elbow articulation on these, they still haven't added in any back leg articulation except at the hip for the runner. But I am okay with that. It's still a good looking figure. And as I mentioned, this is in a 6 to 7 inch scale. The package even says that. 7-inch collectible, fully posable alien. So yeah, they're in that scale, and they measure up pretty nicely with the Predator figures. So you could use them to act out all of your Aliens versus Predator fantasies. Wait, maybe that's not the way to put that. All of your Aliens versus Predator combat scenarios. There you go, that might work better. I don't know. But yeah, you could play AVP at a bargain price. As we discussed in the Predator video, would fit in rather well with pretty much most of your 1/12 scale action figures, like your superhero and your G.I. Joe and pretty much any other sci-fi or what have you figures in that scale. Again, they're not quite as detailed or have as many features as something like a NECA figure, but again, they're probably about 20 bucks cheaper than that. So I think this would be good cannon fodder. Again, another, if you had a Aliens themed diorama and you had your fancier NECA figures up front and had these more towards the back, army builders, that sort of thing. Also, again, if you're a stop motion artist, this might be a cheaper option for you. If you don't want to wear out the joints on your more expensive NECA figures, this would probably be a nice alternative for that, a more bargain alternative to that. And also, if you're someone who likes to paint or redeco any of your figures, I think these would be great for that. Also another cheap alternative, especially the white drone, because then you could kind of make that as a base for anything. It's kind of like a blank slate for repainting. So if that's your hobby and something you like to do, repainting one of these might be a lot of fun for you. Just to see how fancy or just to see how creative you can get. Experiment, a cheap canvas to experiment on. So yeah, again, another line that I think is really cool that I'm glad is out there. I think there's a lot of possibilities and uses for this line. So in closing, yeah, another fine line of figures that get my seal of approval. A bump up in size, a little bit of a bump up in quality of paint and articulation. I like the line, I like the price tag attached to the line. Cool looking, affordable, posable, lots of room for possibilities as a collector or a stop motion artist or a customizer, and lots of possibilities with the expansion of the line. So I hope they keep doing more of these, Aliens and Predators as well, and maybe some of those Colonial Marines. I think these are really good. So anyway, I hope I didn't alienate anyone with my review of these figures. As always, I thank you for watching, and I appreciate you being here. And until next time, I will see ya.